For any person, I think after their family, their own health, the most important thing that they want to take care of is the money. And it's a big responsibility because people eventually start trusting you with their money. And that kind of enables them to do everything that they want to do in their life. So the vision is to become the most trusted advisor that there is. And I think for that, we focus a lot on not only the advice that we give, but how we execute it. So I think it becomes extremely important that at every step of their life, at every financial decision that the client is taking, we are helping them with the right intention. I was making some money, so I also wanted to invest for myself. And in 2010, I got married. So the point was also to start investing for the future. And that is when I started meeting a lot of wealth managers. And I realized that all of them were just trying to give us one fund or the other to invest. Nobody actually cared about what we really wanted. I never ever even once had any conversation about, okay, what do you want to do with this money? So I was feeling a big disconnect there. Also, as I was doing better and better in my career, I was getting super busy. So then even I didn't want to allocate a lot of time to this because I wanted to focus on what I was doing. So there was this lingering thought that, maybe this is something which would mean a lot to people, because either people are really passionate about their work and they don't have the time, or they don't want to really, because they don't have any interest, they don't want to invest any time on investing. At the same time, it was extremely clear to me that this is, if not more, equally important as compared to, the money that I'm making and all the effort I'm putting in my career. This is the money which will grow. This is the money which will take care of my family. This is the money which will, enable me to do whatever I want to do in life. So we thought, that maybe there is hope for a service like this, where people, get to invest keeping in mind what they want to achieve in life. And while at Amex, I had met Karthik, and he was always an investor, and he had been doing that for many years before that. So we started talking about starting Guardian. That time we didn't have a name for it. But the whole point was that, at some point, maybe as India gets richer, there'll be a use for services like this. So in 2017, we just took the plunge and started the company. As people, work and earn money and they're getting older, by the time they retire is when they're making the most money. And at the same time, that is the time when people are also spending the most money. And people generally retire at, say, 55, 60, 65 years of age. And if, say, a person lives till 90, that's a long period where you'll need a lot of money. So for people like that, putting together their investments and their money and linking it back to what they want to do in life, I think it adds a lot of value. That's something that we've seen. For younger people also, we've seen that, as they're starting their lives, they're getting married, they're having kids, they start thinking about these questions. And for really younger people, who are not really thinking about any goals or anything that they want to do in life, just, purely investing and saving money and compounding it, is the goal. Across the spectrum, there is use for something that we offer. When you think about money, it's not only investing. So it's also your taxes, your insurances. People then go to different people. Like my dad used to have a different CA for doing his taxes. He had a friend who was an insurance agent who used to do his LIC and all of those policies. And again, none of that was linking back to, my dad's life. So we thought that, again, providing something which is holistic, which takes care of everything so that the person doesn't have to go to multiple places, would add a lot of value to anybody. And hence we started Guardian with offering services which take care of each and every aspect of a person's personal finances. So along with offering investment management or wealth management services, I think we are really good at putting financial plans for people, which is, putting all the goals, all the different things that they want to do in life at one place, and then, putting financial numbers around it and then showing it to the people what it means. So I think that's one thing that we do really well. Apart from that, we offer taxation, both filing and advisory services. We also offer insurance advisory. We also, when the time is right, offer investments in the US. For older clients who want to start planning their legacy, we help them with their wills and also trust. That also starts with first figuring out what kind of a legal structure is suitable for a family. Then we help with the execution with legal teams that we work with. Then for a few of our clients who have a lot of assets, we've helped them put together their own family offices where we create a different legal structure, and all of their investments and all the other services that I spoke about go through that legal structure. Then one thing that we've noticed with a lot of our clients is that they have investments with multiple people. So what we also do is we consolidate all those investments. We review them periodically and also provide a report around everything put together, So that is also something that we see clients see a lot of value. When we onboard a client, the intent is that they stay our clients for their lives, because we believe that, as they grow in their lives, we will grow with them. It's important that, they over a period of time understand that, we are ethical and we are trustworthy. That's not something that just can be spoken about, but all of your actions have to show that. Every action that we've taken, we never took upfront commissions as an example, is something that our clients have really liked. And over a period of time, we've seen that, these small things that we do for them have added to the trust. Now the relationships are such that, the clients don't even question a lot of our calls, and we are really pushing them to sit down and understand what we want to do. If we were investing all the money into equities, we would make a lot more money because equity products pay more as compared to, say, debt investments. But that is something that we've chosen not to do because it's not the right thing for the client, one. And second, empirically also, there is no logical reasoning for us to be investing for short term into equity products. Over a long term, markets have given around 11-12% return. But in the short term, the markets have been super volatile. We don't invest in equities, be it direct equities or mutual funds or anything which, has equity exposure, unless the requirement of the client is at least 4 to 5 years away. While the plans are made for the entire lifetime of our clients, we renew them every year. And we also renew them whenever there is a major financial change in their life. For example, if somebody changes their jobs, they get married, they have kids, anything major that kind of would have an impact on their goals. In the short term, we focus on execution of those goals while keeping our eyes on the long term, which is, as and when those goals are arriving. Anything that we do, we always think client first. The entire company is extremely customer centric. Constantly, we keep training our teams, and we've seen that, over a period of time, the conversations with the clients have become a lot more holistic, and the team also, has started going an extra step to really make a difference to somebody's life. The whole culture is around discussing, because we are in a knowledge space, what's happening in the economy, what's happening globally. So the conversations are also always centered around learning. We, make a lot of opportunities within the company for people to learn. So we continuously do trainings on research, on different parts of their jobs. We also encourage our teams. Many times we force them to also go and write certifications. And also certifications maybe which are not required by regulation, but just, something that would help them learn better. We started the company in 2017. And for the first 5 to 6 years, the focus was only on building capability. For example, if we wanted to build the research capability, the focus was to build the best research team that was out there. And then slowly, as we started delivering, say, on the research side, we started seeing that, the performance of the investments was really superlative compared to anything out there. While I took research as an example, that was the focus for each and every team, each and every person who was hired within the company. I think one of the testimony to how we've done things and how we've done differently. So right from the start, we were very clear, that, our purpose is to be the best financial advisor to our clients, have that whole attitude of making a difference. When, you keep on doing that repeatedly, your team, the entire company starts emulating that. And I feel after a point of time, it becomes part of their nature and ultimately part of the culture. So purpose is something that drove everything that we did, and I think that has led to all the success that we've been able to achieve since we started the company. So if you think about the market, it's like a fish market, but over the long term, the stock price performance starts reflecting the company's actual performance. That is something we spend a lot of time teaching our clients, that you have to really look at which companies are you investing in, and then over a period of time how those companies are performing, and hence how is that reflecting into the stock price performance and hence their returns from their investments. Big corrections are a part of investing. If I look back and think about, say, COVID, when the markets corrected almost 25%, a lot of clients were anxious. So we sat down, we reached out to each and every client, we spoke to them personally and explained to them and showed them a lot of data that this is not a singular event, but corrections like that have happened in the market in the past also. And we showed them how the markets behave as things improve. And we just ensured that they are not taking any rash decisions, and I think that really worked out very well. I think our strategy always has been to educate and keep educating the clients about how these markets work, what to expect. There is going to be a time when the portfolio will see a drawdown, so that when it happens, they are mentally prepared for it. Now when markets correct and we see big movements in the markets, instead of clients calling us to ask us whether we should be exiting our investments, clients are now calling us and asking us, should we be putting more money in?
Investments in the securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.